Hey guys, welcome to Cars and Health Bars. On today's episode, joining us will be Kol Dailey, the founder of the Bowling Green Car Culture group on Facebook. With that being said, let's get right into it. Hey guys, as you heard in the intro, we have with us today Kol Dailey, the creator of the Bowling Green Car Culture and vlogger. How are you doing today, Kol?
Good. Just living life one day at a time.
Hey man, that's all we're here for. So I actually found this out doing some kind of research. Of course, I found out about you through the Facebook group. You know, I've been in this group forever, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna find out kind of the ringleader of this whole deal. But upon doing some
Yeah.
research, I found out that you actually have a clothing company.
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, I do. Yep. Oh, yeah.
So what kind of drove you to branch off into that direction of the clothing side of things?
So I've always been an entrepreneur, I guess you could say, as far as like creating businesses and wanting to work for myself.
Uh huh.
Um, as far as the clothing side goes, I was so TJ Hunt is a big inspiration of mine as far as the YouTube and clothing brand and just getting into the car world itself. Um, but
That's
how I came across the clothing brand was, I guess it was all business related. I mean, it was just I started this car group and I was like, well, let's uh let's try to help get the name out there and my name through a brand.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
much of a push did that cause into your clothing company? You know, how much support did you see from the group on your clothing company?
You know, I actually surprisingly I haven't really pushed it in the Bowling Green car culture that much. I don't know, I don't even remember how many times I've posted it, but not many. Not as much as I'd like because I'm kind of on a setback as far as getting inventory right now. So that's my setback right now, which I'm currently working on. Um, but it's one step at a time. That's what I'm going for. I've got so many other things going on. I'm just like I gotta put my priorities first and then work my way through.
Absolutely, I hear that. I definitely know what it's like. You know, building cars, having too many pots on the oven. You know, all at the same time. That's for sure.
yeah, and then even getting parts for cars is an issue now, after 2019.
Oh man, exactly.
So, are there? It kind of shocked me that you were from Lexington. I kind of assumed you were in the Bowling Green crowd. Are there any other car groups that you kind of lead over?
No. So the Bowling Green car culture is my car group, the one that I mainly run. Um, I'm in a few other car groups as far as in Lexington, like the Lexington car culture.
Uh huh.
Um, which is Lexington's largest car group, and that's actually how I came across. So the story behind of how I made this car group was, um, I went to WKU up in Bowling Green for a year,
Uh huh.
Yeah,
and I was already in the Lexington car culture down here, and I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be moving up there, I'm already in the car scene here. I want to make sure I can continue that, continue being in a car scene when I'm up there. So I went up there and I talked to the Corvette Museum and asked them, I was like, hey, are there any local car groups around here for all makes and models? And they were like, not really. Check Facebook. So I checked Facebook. There was Corvette groups,
Right.
which
yeah,
is understandable,
Yeah.
understandable. Um, but then I was like, okay, well, why not just start my own?
Absolutely.
And in my last vlog, that I just posted yesterday on YouTube. I um I just I ran over the whole thing of how I came across making this car group and stuff. Um, but I never thought it would hit wherever it's at right now, 1,300 members. That's absolutely insane to me. You know,
Yeah.
I was expecting maybe a few people to join, but here we are. I don't know if it's the largest car group in Bowling Green or not, but
It sticks out.
as
That's
far
for
as
sure.
allowing,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's. I'm very, very thankful for where it is right now.
So as far as the like you said, you have so many members on there. What especially with Facebook groups, there's a lot of diversity. Like you said, it's different makes and models, and of course, every car guy's got a hot take, got their own opinion. From
Yeah.
a Facebook group person, I'm in a few fifth gen groups because I got a fifth gen Camaro, and it seems like it's toxicity can kind of bleed itself into particular groups, but yours seems to not really have that issue. I'm kind of wondering how you kind of run defense on any of that happening. It just kind of shocks me that that's, out of all the groups, that's one you don't really find toxicity in.
Right. I'm in the same page with you. I am very surprised by um, how there's no, I mean, there's like, yes, there are bots that get in there and post vulgar stuff as far as like vulgar pictures and explicit stuff like that, but I'm watching out. I'm on the page. I try to get on there at least 2 to 3 times a week and scroll through anything new. And I always have these parameters set as far as um, certain words and images and stuff like that. I mean, and my moderator, Nathan,
Yeah,
um, he's always watching it as well for me. So
I mean
that
it's a
definitely
full time
helps.
job, I'm
But
sure.
it's definitely a full-time job, but I love it. I love it for sure. I'm very, very pleased with it.
So I've got to inquire. I've heard so many things about the Lexington car community, which you said you're well established there. What diversity do you see in the Lexington car culture versus Bowling Green? Of course, our local Bowling Green car scene, like you said, it's I wouldn't say it's saturated, but we've got our fair share of Camaros, Corvettes especially. Is there like quite a bit of diversity that you see over there in Lexington?
There's definitely quite a bit of diversity here. As far as I'd say the American muscle is more popular here, of course. But I think that goes as far as a lot of places. You know, you've got your
Yeah.
Chevys and Fords and things like that. Um, but as far as the Lexington car culture goes, it's it's pretty diverse. I mean, there is a difference between Lexington, Bowling Green. Um, trying to think of what. Yeah, it's basically more American stuff, more American muscle in Lexington than there is in Bowling Green, I guess you could say.
So you see more imports in Bowling Green, you would say. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I've seen at least. Now I could be wrong. I haven't been up there. Uh, I'd say I haven't been up there in a year or so. So I don't know how it's changed or all I do is
Well,
keep
I
up with
definitely
this.
agree that there is a lot of imports in Bowling Green.
Yeah,
Especially with the track being there and stuff.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Especially with NCM, and we have all these things. It's yeah, we've got a good buddy of ours. He builds imports. That's all he's ever had is imports. So there's definitely a niche here for those import cars.
Right.
Yeah, I just had a question. Have you worked with any tuner shops or anything, in your groups or anything, or do you go visit any?
I do not go and visit any tuner shops. So I do go visit a tuner shop here in Lexington. It's Fast Enough Performance. They're a
Yeah.
European tuner shop. Um, Now that doesn't affiliate anything with the with my car group as far as
Yeah.
posts and stuff, but that's something I like to keep up with. I know the owner there, great guy. Um, he does great work. So but yeah, that doesn't affiliate with the car group at all.
Yeah,
I don't have any shops or any um basically any shops that affiliate with the car group. Let's just say that.
yeah, I'm definitely familiar with them. We're kind of planning a tour of sorts to go on a road trip visiting all these tuner shops, and Lexington was definitely on the stop there for that.
Yeah, they definitely yeah, Lexington has a few different ones. I have a Volkswagen Passat, so I stay in the European side of things, so I'm not very familiar with the American tuner shops really, but I would definitely like to get more involved in and if it grows the group as well in my YouTube channel. Definitely doing like anything that can grow that stuff as far as going and taking tours, interviews, partnering with them, anything like that. I'm always open for. I just got to get out there and find the time and do it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, I was wanting to know what kind of role does, in your opinion, does the group play in like kind of nurturing, keeping the group or the local car culture alive here? Like, do you see very many people post about meetups, stuff like that, kind of helping each other out, figure out what's going on in the community?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely see a few people, quite a few people, supporting the group as far as like making sure if someone asks a question as far as where is a meet happening or if there's a nightly meet happening, something like that. I definitely see people posting about it, and especially when Beach Bend has their LS Fest, that is definitely something that gets posted a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
something I
trying to
was
think of there was yeah
That's something I was going to kind of
there was
tease towards to
sorry.
see if there was any kind of posts about the meetup, because it feels like every year there's a LS Fest after groups meet created, but if there was like kind of a home for that particular information to be spread, you could pick up some members for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could definitely yeah. I feel like that's definitely going into. I mean, I know that advertising other groups to other groups is not really showed much.
Yeah.
But if I did go to the meets, I could definitely. I think that would be a more appropriate way of approaching um, getting more members to join for sure.
Yeah. Do you ever visit any of the cars and coffees that is held at NCM monthly usually?
I so when I was back in college there, I went to about two or three of them. They weren't very big. The pictures showed differently as far as them being a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And it could have just been the weather because it was getting colder, or it could have just been the time. I mean, but I'm definitely planning on going back up to Bowling Green to stay up there for a weekend and go to the track again. And I've actually talked to the NCM track about advertising this car group. So that's something big that I'm still working on.
Oh yeah.
They're going to give me a big banner on the side of how they have all those sponsorships on the track side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking about doing that at some point here in the future,
Yeah, that
which
would
would
be
be
awesome.
For
very
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, even I mean, you might. I don't know how much it would charge or what they would do, but Beach Bend would be a big one to get a banner on for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that yeah.
so what advice would you give someone that's looking to like start something similar to what you have in their own like area? Is like maybe not necessarily somebody local, but like say a listener, in South Carolina, California, wherever. What advice would you give somebody that kind of has the same idea that you had starting out?
Well, I guess I would just say, as far as starting anything really, this goes along with my clothing brand as well as my slogan. It's like my slogan for my clothing brand is shift your passion. If you have a passion for something, if you have a passion for cars and you want to get more involved in the car scene, and there's not a group in your area, start one, see what happens. You know, it can never hurt to try. Um, just never give up on what you love doing. Always follow your passion. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I agree
yeah,
with that for sure.
Yeah, super wholesome.
If no one else in the community is doing anything, definitely, you should do that because it might draw in other people with similar ideas.
yeah, be a leader. I mean,
Exactly.
it's like if you really want something to happen, and you just gotta make it happen yourself. Sometimes you can't depend on other people. So
Yeah. Got to put on your boots and get out there sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
So what kind of of course Facebook group's been around for quite a while. What are like some kind of challenges that you've had to endure trying to get it, kind of getting it to this point that it is now, like you said, with 3,000 so members?
Surprisingly, it's like I that's the surprising part here. I haven't really done anything.
Wow.
I think I in the beginning the I posted locally here in Lexington, and then a few other places I can't remember, but that's really all the advertising I did for the group, and then I just let it run on its own, and people apparently were sharing the group to other people, and then I was ecstatic when we hit 100 members. I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And now here we are. So it it didn't take much work to get it started, surprisingly, as much as people would probably think.
Seems
Yeah.
like one was needed in the area then, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bowling Green,
It was definitely needed.
it's got it's got a pretty good car scene for what cities we do have locally. I would say it's probably the you know Lexington, E-Town, Bowling Green. Bowling Green's one of the bigger cities to have a car scene, and that's it's incredible as there wasn't one until you created it. It seemed like that should have been something that was made super early on with all we have going on here in Bowling Green.
Exactly, and that's why I was just surprised when I went up there. I was like, you got to be kidding me. There's no car groups that allow, all ages, all makes, models, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm like, wow, it being a car, I guess, town
Yeah, it's a
fit with
car
the
city.
Corvette Museum and all that stuff. I'm like, wow.
I guess everybody's just kind of stuck in their own ways of being in a Camaro group, a Corvette group. Nobody, there's so many people stuck up that they don't kind of want to mishmash. But there are people out there like us that yeah, we all we own domestic cars, but I mean, I want to go to Import Alliance. I'm not sitting that out. I love the imports just as much as I
Right.
love the domestics.
Yeah, yeah. It's the car scene itself that really attracts people. It's not always, the
The
car
actual
type.
cars. Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
what surprises me about Bowling Green is how many tuning shops we've had. We've had multiple different automotive businesses start up, and none of them really seem to host much for, meets or, maybe doing deals during car events. There's just stuff like that I feel like that could be done.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of the shops are just they don't want to deal with because I mean I feel like the car scene has a bad rep for people being dumb, I guess you could say, as far as people getting
Yeah, I could
burnouts,
agree with that.
people smoking, all that kind of stuff. But I haven't seen much of that. I think that's just a theory on a lot of people. Yes, it is around, but it's not at every car group. It's not in every city.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but
So
a lot of the bad stuff is always the stuff that sticks out. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it goes. Of course, during
right,
LS Fest, it's everybody's doing burnouts and just like hooning around, doing some people even putting others in danger. And those are the guys that is the reason why there's cops all around Bowling Green during LS Fest is because they're looking out for people who aren't necessarily being very responsible.
right, right. Which is not a bad thing as far as cops being around. That definitely puts the people as far as that that gives the people just going there to watch the show and enjoy the environment a safer uh, an ease of mind.
Absolutely, yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I mean, that would be horrible if we had a takeover in an intersection in Bowling Green. I couldn't imagine that.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, it's happened in Lexington already.
Oh my
So,
Has
god.
it? Really?
yep, yep. Oh yeah.
I'm a
So,
car guy through and through, but seeing those takeovers, it just God, I hate it because it's just so dangerous and
So many
unnecessary.
people have been hurt at them, man.
Yeah.
it's point.
Uh. So with you being in Lexington, it kind of seems like you carried over a lot of Lexington car guys into the Bowling Green culture, and I would say that's a bridge that I haven't necessarily crossed. Our bridge is we usually go to Bowling Green car stuff. We got a small town that we're in, Glasgow. We go to some car meets there, and we've been to Nashville a few times, but That's one scene that we haven't really ventured into is the Lexington side of things.
Yeah, the Lexington. I mean, the it's definitely a big scene. There's a lot of people to meet and a lot of cars to see and a lot of places to visit. Um,
Yeah, it sounds like we need
it's
to
it,
get inside of a
yeah.
Lexington car group. That's so we can keep up with that because I mean I'm just completely in the dark on Lexington's radar as far as what's going on over there. We recently had a guy from our small town scene move up to Lexington, and he said it's pretty wild up there. You guys have some cool stuff going on.
It's definitely wild. There's definitely, positive and negative stuff in the car scene here. There's a lot of drama, I guess you could say, because this car group, the Lexington car culture, I forget how many members it has, but it has over 10,000 members.
Jeez.
Um,
Dang.
it's definitely huge, and that's only one car group. So
I will say that just the younger side of our scene, as far as the drag racers go, there is just there's a lot of toxicity whenever it comes to like times and all that, and it's I feel like it would be more refreshing to go join and view a different car group that's nearby because it's easy to get caught up in all, like you said, all the drama and toxicity that a community could carry.
yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to
So,
you said you also, I found out you also DJ kind of as your main thing. So how does that kind of, do you ever kind of mash those together with being a car guy, being a clothing guy, being a DJ, or is a DJ just kind of your day job that you kind of keep out of the pot there?
well, DJing is definitely my day job. I've been doing it for 8 years. I started my own DJ business 8 years ago.
Wow.
I'm 22 now, so
Wow.
yeah,
Really are an
it
entrepreneur there.
yeah, one business at a time. Just keep on making them. Just
So
gotta keep them running.
how is that kind of do you ever get to do your advertisement for your clothing while you're doing your DJ business? Of course, you said you do work for yourself, so I mean the only thing keeping you from doing that, I guess, would be yourself and maybe the venue.
Exactly, exactly. So I have a separate clothing brand for my DJ stuff as well.
Oh wow.
Um, so yeah, I have my DJing clothing brand and then the car clothing brand. Um, and then I mean I kind of keep them separated, but I have actually DJ'd a car an Octane night meet, which is Lexington's night meet.
Oh
Their
cool.
monthly night meet. It's like Cars and Coffee, but at night.
I like
That's
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that once, and then they moved this meets to Clay City, so then I haven't done it since then.
Yeah, that's something I kind of wish Bowling Green had. I didn't. I mean, of course, that's an obvious idea, but I wouldn't even have thought of that kind of a cars and coffee at nighttime. You know, a lot of us don't want to get up
Yeah.
super early in the morning. A lot of time it's cold super early in the morning.
Oh, I
So
know, and I could stay out later than getting up earlier.
For
definitely,
sure.
that's something we need to get going over here for sure.
Yeah, I remember a few meets in Bowling Green that would stay kind of late, and I always enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more chill vibe. You know, there's not much traffic. You know, in the mornings, especially Saturday morning, there's some people that work. There's people on the road. There's a lot of traffic. There's just like nighttime. There's just a better vibe at night.
Yeah. Yeah, the night scene is a lot better for sure. It's more relaxing.
Yeah. So with some of our listeners, you know, like I said, we kind of do a 50-50 split between gaming and cars. You know, we've definitely seen, you know, gamers kind of dip their toes into being car people and some just full on taking it over. I kind of want to know if there's any like kind of inspirational or heartwarming stories that came from your group. Maybe somebody that was just dabbling and ended up turning into a full blown car guy.
Um, I haven't met anybody or heard of anything of that nature yet. That would definitely be a story I would love to hear from somebody. I just haven't heard it yet, but that is definitely something that would be very interesting to listen to.
what
Yeah.
kind of got you into the car scene? Was it more like movies or games growing up, or?
I've always been a car guy. My grandpa, he owned a few Corvettes, um, and he let me ride in them, and then now he lets me drive them. Um, I used to actually back out my grandma's car from the driveway every day when I was real young. And then we moved here from North Carolina. So I used to live in North Carolina and then I moved here and we lived on a farm, so I was able to drive on the farm every day. And I think that's just what got me into cars, just I don't know, the adrenaline.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I remember, my dad, he was a gearhead growing up when he had me, and it seems like all my family's been into cars, so it
Hmm.
was definitely in the family for me, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would debate that it is in our blood because I had no idea my family was car people because I had a grandfather that I didn't know about until I was already deep into cars, and he was a drag racer back in the day. And because other than that, my whole family just don't care anything about cars. I just was the first one to adopt it, but it must have been in my blood because I picked it right up.
Oh
Well,
yeah, it's yeah.
Well, man, it's been great talking to you. I want to make sure our fans know where to find you, your content, your clothing. So just plug all that so our fans can know where to get a hold of you at and where to pick up some Clutch Co shirts.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. The website's theclutchingcompany.com if you're looking to buy any clothing gear, hats, shirts, hoodies, any of that good stuff. YouTube channel is Kol Dailey, Koldailey. Go check that out. I just uploaded a video yesterday. I'm working on a new upload today, and I'm also filming a new carbon fiber mirror cap install today. That'll be uploaded tomorrow or the next day. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. Subscribe to us and give us a like. We greatly appreciate it. Um, and then also, if you're not already in the Bowling Green car culture, give us a follow on Facebook, and we'd love to have you in there. Um, let's keep up the good work.
Absolutely,
Uh, Hopefully we can see you at a meet sometime.
Oh,
definitely.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, would love to meet you all in person someday.
Yeah, if you're ever
Yeah,
in the
for
Bowling
sure.
Green area, maybe we can set up another interview, but actual in-person one, or we
That'd be
can
great.
just hang around.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love that. That'd be great. Yeah, we'll definitely plan on
All right. Well, it's been
All
awesome
right, man.
having you on, Cole, and we will hopefully see you return at some point. With that being said, guys, let's
it.
throw
Yes,
it to a
sir. I
break.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm sure we have some newcomers maybe listening over from the interview that we just got done with. So I thought we'd talk about something that maybe a lot of guys are familiar with that, at least know a little bit about gaming. I would say most all like general gamers have heard of COD or, even played Call of Duty. But it's a super hot take that you have that COD Ghost was, it wasn't it. Or it was it. For a lot of people, it wasn't it.
Yeah, I would agree. A lot of people really seem to hate it.
So I don't know. It was easy to get on that bandwagon. I will say, just from a standpoint of somebody that dislikes it, I will say the maps is definitely what a lot of people didn't like. Like Stonehenge, is that what it was called? Stonehaven?
Yeah, I mean that one definitely was way too big.
I think that maybe is where, maybe not Call of Duty in general, but that's where Infinity Ward's maps started falling off, was whenever they started having trouble balancing player to map ratio.
Yeah, Stonehenge never really was meant for 6v6, I feel like. And it kind of gets into why Call of Duty Ghosts did die and why it sucks to me because it wasn't really Call of Duty Ghosts' fault, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just that it came out during around the release of the Xbox One, but it had to run on the 360. And you see this with games like Black Ops 3 too. I mean, the console version, the old console version on that was,
Last gen.
Merc's done so many videos on that. Everyone knows how like curse that is.
So you're saying they kind of had that growing pain of being on a last-gen console.
Yeah, and it came out during a time when a lot of competitor games came out. I don't know. It was around the time Battlefield 4 came out, I want to say.
Well, what was the last Call of Duty from Ghost? Would that have been Black
Oh,
Ops?
that's another reason why
Yeah,
Black Ops 2.
yeah. Hard to follow that up.
Everyone was, yeah, I mean, you're not going to follow Black Ops 2 was the GOAT, and we didn't know. There was no following it up.
So what are some things that you liked about Call of Duty Ghosts that people who kind of clown on it don't like? You know, I know IEDs is a big thing, which, you know, whatever.
I think it was a fun COD. A lot of people really talk bad about the campaign. I guess it's because the name had Ghost in it, right? So everyone thought Ghost from MW 2 was going to be in there, but it was, nah, he wasn't. And I think that's fine. I think it's just the people had some bad expectations. And then there were a few things, like some weapons were pretty well unbalanced, and a lot of map design really was pretty bad too. But it was a fun game. It was still in prime Call of Duty.
Yeah, didn't we see the Mike Myers map first, or game
Yeah,
mode official?
it had Mike Myers officially. It had Infected too. Yeah, I had Infected from launch. Wish we could say about New COD, right? Like maybe Ghost isn't that bad.
I feel like a lot of people looking back kind of feel that. They're like, dang, maybe Ghost wasn't all that bad. You know,
Yeah, we didn't have it bad. We didn't know what bad was.
we just went from such a goated Call of Duty to kind of a, I mean, me personally, I'm not ready to say Ghost was like this amazing game. I would definitely say out of that generation of Call of Duties, it was definitely like mid. It wasn't that impressive compared to, you know, Black Ops 2, MW 3, Black Ops 3 even. It just didn't stack. But like you said, looking at what we have now, I'd jump on Ghost any day of the week. There
were some things I really liked about it too, with like the character customization and classes. It had some cool kill streaks too. And it's the first Call of Duty we saw them try to innovate with map design. I think that's kind of what killed it too. Because you had Levolution.
Yeah. That one map was so weird. It was the first DLC map. It was like in like New Orleans or something, and there was like this weird tram.
I think I remember.
You could ride the whole entire game. Like it just went rounds and rounds and loops. I'll never forget that
That's a Call of Duty thing.
Yeah. I didn't really mind the maps like you said, other than that one. There was there was a lot of maps. I think the maps played really good for Infected, which, you know, that's not really what they were going for as far as all the maps, but they did play good with Infected, the party games.
Yeah, and you know, if we're talking about other game modes, there's one other, Extinction, which I could really do a whole tangent about this if I haven't. I might have already done one, but Extinction was good. It was better than people thought. It wasn't zombies good, but it was a fun game mode.
I agree.
I think it just had a lot of hate, and I don't really know why.
Yeah, I liked it. It was, I guess people hated it because it wasn't zombies, but people have to realize, you know, it's not Treyarch. You know, it's Infinity Ward and Raven. They're doing their best, Sledgehammer Games. You know, they're not going to knock it out of the park like Treyarch. And I would say they have done kind of well, you know, like you said, Extinction was good, and they had that one zombies in a later Call of Duty game, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, Spaceline.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, Spaceland. It was amazing. It's about as close to a Treyarch zombies experience as they could get.
Spaceland was slept on too, just like Extinction.
I will not stand for Spaceland hatred. I won't.
See, that's how I feel about Extinction, because you had the boss fight at that one DLC. Oh my god, it was so fun. It was like a Destiny raid almost to get looted up for those.
Yeah, like PvE sort of.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, off topic. I can't remember who it was, but I was like baffled. We were talking about Call of Duty. He's like, yeah, Black Ops 1 wasn't even that good. I'm like, huh? Excuse me? What do you mean?
The only thing that wasn't good on Black Ops 1 is quick scoping, but it was doable.
Right. But I mean, as far as like a game, like multiplayer, it was like, I don't know.
Really, Black Ops 1 is one like, I'd say it's goated over Black Ops 2. I just didn't grow up with it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Man, I
Vietnam
played a
games.
lot of it when I first got it though, man. It was good. Like seriously, the campaign was something different, man. It was just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do remember. I was trying to think of Levolution off the top of my head on Ghost, but there I do remember that one with the log that you could knock over, like the most
Yeah, I remember
minute thing
that.
ever.
And they had one that you could blow the roof off of a gas station partly, and it
Yeah,
didn't hardly anything.
yeah, it's like the most minute little things ever. Like I love how
Oh my God.
Merc would
One
go
person
crazy.
gets one kill.
Yeah, I like how Merc would like over edit it, like bump 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 bump. Evolution, and was that Merc's first like gun game, or did he do that on? Oh no, he did on
Oh
Black
no,
Ops
he did
1.
Black Ops 1.
Yeah, but the Ghost was also a big gun game reaction game for
Oh
him.
yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing about Ghosts. The party games on it were really good.
Was that one of the last? Well, I guess there probably was party games in Black Ops 3. Probably not as good though. Like Ghosts.
Advanced Warfare had extinction or infection, I mean.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of Advanced Warfare, the zombies on that was something different too.
I never played it. Exo Zombies.
Yeah, I played only the first map, but God, it got hard quick.
There's so much more movement.
And they had the zombies, like the electric ones that would shut off your exosuit for a minute.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
That would fuck you up, dude, because they were runners.
I'm surprised Black Ops 3 didn't have Exo Zombies. I do appreciate that though, because Black Ops 3 Zombies was incredible.
Ah, that was goated zombies.
It was.
They did it right, really. They couldn't have done better.
We should. We should not have gotten such a good map out the launch.
I would argue it's the best launch map, except you could say Kino's pretty goated too, though. But I would say Black Ops 3 is more goated.
As far as like Easter eggs and the content within the map, that's it.
Yeah,
like,
there's just a lot more to it.
like normally we're
Five and Kino though, that's a good combo, man.
Yeah.
And Dead Ops Arcade.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they had it good off the launch on Black Ops 1 as well.
Did Ghosts have Extinction from launch?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
I really enjoyed Extinction, man. I wish I could go back to that time, honestly. That was like nostalgic for me.
I wonder when Call of Duty started releasing stuff pre-launch like that's like worst thing ever. Like leaderboards.
2019.
Yeah, probably. You're probably not wrong. That's just like so dumb. Don't even release it if you don't have everything ready. Like just I swear the stuff like these AAA games get away with is insane.
Yeah, I think that was the only N-Dub 2 they did that, but nonetheless, I mean, that is something that really should have been looked at. Like, how do you develop a game and not have leaderboards?
Yeah.
Every previous game had them. And you're reusing the same stuff on the game. It's not that different. It's not a ground up redo. Like, I don't understand how they get away with it.
Yeah, I get these developers I don't know if they're understaffed or if they're utilizing their like manpower elsewhere. It just like you said, I don't know. It just seems like they could easily just carry that over from the previous titles.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got one thing to look forward to.
What's that?
GTA 6 about to be out soon.
Man, at least
We got a year or two, and we about to be blessed.
Yeah, if not soon, then we're at least gonna get some information about it. They've been so quiet.
This week we're gonna get some info about the release date.
I don't know. I'm skeptical. It's just I feel like we've just been burned so bad by AAA games here lately. I'm just a little bit hesitant.
I'm not. Rockstar, if they don't deliver with how long they've had, I wouldn't be surprised, because from what we've seen of the leaks, it looks like a fun game.
Yeah, but you just gotta think, if it's not polished, like you said, out the gate, I feel like they're gonna have a Cyberpunk situation on their hands where people put the game down and never pick it back up. They're just like,
I bet not. I mean, GTA's just too big of a franchise for that.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk was the first of its game, you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I kind of wanted to hit on the GTA stuff too. GTA 6. I'm so glad that they aren't like going. They're just like really keeping to their roots. They're not going futuristic or anything. Like they're just like GTA's got the formula down.
Yeah, I think they do, honestly, and I don't mind the longer, like GTA 6 took a while to come out, and Red Dead 2 to be honest. Like
5.
they took a while after 5,
Yeah.
but when they do release, they ain't let down in a while.
Yeah, I do like the. I think I don't know if it was speculation or if it was rumor or what, but it said the story was going to kind of be like a female and a male protagonist, where it's kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde situation, where they're
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
like a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. That is just like the coolest thing ever, dude.
Yeah, I think so. I'm really excited to see how the multiplayer is because I got a feeling it's gonna be really RPG based after the success of 5M.
Yeah, if they were smart, they would do that because, like you said, it's like that's what's keeping GTA servers alive right now is 5M.
Yeah, I mean 100%.
And even myself, I like to get on there and joke around, but there was times where I would get on there and play 5M just to role play, and it was a lot of fun. There's a well, if you remember Tommy was I didn't know this, but he was a huge 5M guy. Like
Really?
yeah,
I would have loved to play 5M with him.
he was he was on like this super serious fire department. They even had like a funeral for him in game. It was crazy, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know this until
That
after
is
he passed.
awesome.
Yeah, I seen something on his Facebook about it after he passed, and it was like rip to whoever, whatever his in-game name was. And I did some research. And I'm like, oh, geez, this is a 5. Like, there was even a video of his funeral on 5M. I'm like, dang, dude, that is like 5M guys. They're really serious about what they do there.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm sure there's toxicity, but it's just there's so much respect that comes out of that community. It's crazy.
So it seems.
It seems.
Because soup.
Huh?
Because the soup is like the one that gets the toxicity out.
Oh yeah. I love watching.
I love
Soup.
soup.
I was watching one of his videos today. It's just like there could just be the most peaceful server, nothing going on, and Soup loads in. The whole
Yeah,
server
it's like,
turned upside down.
everyone's having a good time, and then soup's like, I'm here to ruin your day, pal. I don't know what the speed limit is.
He just like cop baits all the time. He'll load into a server and be like, all right, let's go find a cop.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was watching one
They
of his-
always fall for it.
Oh, they do. They get so mad too. Like I know one guy. He was. I got it like downloaded. I watch that video all the time back. There's like this one guy, dude. He takes it so personally. Like he sends Soup to prison to do like community service. You have to like do remedial tasks to get out. And the cop teleported to him in prison. And is like, oh yeah, how you like doing your work? How you like this? Soup's like, this can't be a real person, bruh. Homie's over here like taunting you because he put you in jail. Like, I just remember Soup like had a Yummy who was playing with him. He's like, fly helicopter into him right now. Oh my god! In that same episode, they were like, this one guy was like, "Let me ban him! No, don't let him ban. Let me ban him, please." He sounded like Dean, like begging.
Oh, I bet.
Please let me do it. Homie took
Anyone
it so
who's
personally.
like soup pretty much is a dean.
Pretty much, yeah. I hate fun. There's like the people that recognize him like set him up too, especially if they're cops. They're like, hey yo, here's where it's going on at. Here's some money. Here's some stuff. You gotta respect those people. They're probably like ruining their position on that server just to help Soup out. I respect that so much.
I do too. I would for soup, yeah.
Soup gets the pass, dude. Soup, he's the homie.
He's too goated.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what they're gonna do about GTA 6 though, because I've heard a lot of stuff about developers are having trouble with the Series S and like the regular Xbox, like One or whatever they're on now. Like the new, apparently there's like, because the Series S can handle way more than the regular Xbox that they're on now. So
yeah, I know that. I've heard that.
I wonder if they're going to have a separate version or something like that, for the old last gen Xbox players. And I guess the PS guys are still on the PS5. I don't know if they have a newer PS5 that's more capable.
I'm sure they do. I don't know, but I mean, consoles are pretty packing now.
Yeah, they are. They're getting up there. But I mean, you look at what PC's doing too. You know, we're getting up there too with the processors, the graphics cards. You know, they're getting crazy. You know, especially you're getting ready to redo your whole setup. You're getting ready to be packing some heat. You know, you'll be playing the big boy
Yeah, I
games.
mean, $1,000 for a graphics card
That's pretty
is
intense.
expensive, but this graphics card is not overpriced compared to its competitors.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It's expensive, but I would say for what you're getting, it's not overpriced.
And plus, if you look at the rate that PCs need upgrading to the rate that consoles need upgrading, or a new console comes out, it's pretty crazy because, you know, I could probably easily be on my setup another, like, I don't know, I got a while on mine. You know, even my old setup, it's still, my wife still uses it to this day. Like, it still holds up, and
Yeah.
that's like a super old PC. And it'll run everything, probably not the greatest graphics, but still, it'll run it. Yeah, it's more than Xbox can usually say. You know, you got Xbox 360, it looks like dang potatoes.
For sure.
And textures not loading in, assets not loading, everything's slow. I mean,
Yeah, GTA 5 on the 360 was like, I don't know how I dealt with that.
right? Going back and looking at it now, it's like, geez, my eyes are bleeding. Like the render distance is like not nothing. Like you're already driving out of render distance if you're in a fast car. Well,
Yeah, I remember that.
especially like 5M, even 5M, dude. It takes a lot out of even my PC. 5M's pretty crazy, which
It ruins mine.
I don't know. Hopefully you're completely done with your build before GTA 6 because it's probably going to be pretty hefty.
I really hope I am.
Because GTA, I mean, I might even have to get a bigger, which I'm planning on getting a bigger processor, but I'm probably going to need one for GTA 6 for sure.
Well, I'm curious to see what the minimum specs or the recommended minimum is for it.
Yeah, hopefully they tell us sooner than later so those who do need to upgrade can get that settled before the game comes fully out. There's nothing worse than, well, it's like ASA, Ark Survival Ascended. They didn't even have a ad on the store page until the day that it fully released. Like, why you gotta do people like that? I understand you're trying to be secretive, but at least give us some system requirements in case, you know, I get it. Some people don't have money, but, you know, if you got that money laying around, like, you're like, all right, I just got to know what I need to buy to run ASA, and, you know, you don't know until you're able to play the game. That kind of sucks. I hate seeing that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what you would call that, but you know, I wouldn't say leaving your fan base in the dark is necessarily something that you should do.
Yeah, it kills a lot of hype, too, because, like we saw with Party Animals, they went dark for, like, years, and it's like, what in the world, guys? Like, just at least let us know you're still working on the game, but they didn't. They're just like, nah, y'all just keep speculating.
And then Gang Beasts comes back saying, we about to be updating. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
Dude, if Gang Beasts would have announced that before Party Animals would have came out, you imagine the hype they would have took. God, everybody wouldn't have cared. I mean, I'm sure people would have got on Party Animals, not as much. Been like, nah, I'm just gonna wait for Gang Beasts. If Gang Beasts was smart, they would have released the update either the day before or the day of Party Animals launching. Dude, that'd been dirty. Like,
dirty.
You ain't updated
Get
your
them
game.
off that.
You ain't updated your game in like 2 years that we already know is an amazing game. You know, I would have definitely got on Gang Beasts before Party Animals because Gang Beasts, we already know what we're getting. It's a good game.
Gang Beasts is the game.
I can't wait for them to update. We're gonna be doing a whole thing. I don't even think we've really talked about Gang Beasts that much on here.
Man, I wonder how many hours I got in Gang Beast.
Probably a lot. I know I've got a lot for it to be a party game. Let's see here. Which, you know, Xbox version we can't really see. I got 74 hours in mine.
I got 230 on Steam.
Oh my god. On a dang party game. That's crazy.
I'd be playing it.
It's so good. Oh, man.
Excuse me.
No, you're good. Bless you. Well, I just wanted to do something a little bit small, a little bit short to follow up that interview. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed us bouncing around a little bit, especially if you're new here, kind of hearing a little bit about us. Usually it's a little bit more structured, but we were kind of just bouncing around, a little bit of a bouncing around episode, I guess. So,
We're just trying to sort things out here.
that's right. All right, guys. With that being said, we'll throw it to a quick outro. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did. If you did, be sure to subscribe, add, favorite the podcast so you won't miss an episode. Again, if this is your first time tuning into the podcast, if the Kol Dailey fandom is here, I just want to let you guys know I thank you so much for coming over to the podcast and showing your support. I hope that you like what we have going on here. Be sure to browse around, see what all we've talked about in the past. We've had some great discussions. We've been doing this for almost a year. It's extremely exciting. It's an awesome thing that we have going on here, and we want to build something. We want to build a good community like Cole has with his Facebook group. And with that being said, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.